know who that was. All right, Cameron, my TikTok star. Have you seen you blew up on TikTok?
I saw something about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're. I'm good. I think we're. I think you've got. Let's see. It's hilarious. It's the best.
Awesome.
It's my favorite. It is my. Just the fact that you turned him. And you guys ended up, potentially going fishing was the best part.
Yeah. Then maybe I'll actually be able to get a talk to the realtor or the owner.
Right? How's everything been going?
It's been going good. I've just been super busy, but trying to chip away at it when I have time.
7,800 views.
2K likes, 10% likes. That's perfect.
Oh, did you get 2K likes? You already knew that?
I think so, yeah.
How old are you? You have
19.
Don't patronize me. Don't patronize me. I have to be your dad. I can hear your voice. I'm 58 years old.
You want to call him? It's the best. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Okay.
But yeah.
What's the latest?
What?
What's the latest?
I found a duplex fix and flip. I got it 30% below list.
Okay.
It's in Detroit. Half of it's about started. The kitchen is pretty much fully renovated and the bathroom's fully renovated.
Okay.
I got it for 85 and it can be probably ARVs around 200 to 250, and then you can definitely cash flow this thing at least 2 to 3% of the property value.
That's great.
Renovation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. But you said it's pretty full. I mean, how much renovation you think?
I sent you the address on it. If you want to look, there's only a few pictures on Zillow. But I have a Google Drive link, but I don't have access to it anymore. So I'm going to get access to it again.
Okay. Let me find it here. Great. Well, you've come so far.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really.
That's the most important part I've been doing is just like not caring, and like I'm sick of these. Like it's for sale by owner in Detroit, high ARV, high rent.
Yeah. Okay. Give me the numbers you have. What's rent?
The realtor said each side could rent out for $1,200 to $1,500 a month.
2,400.
Yeah,
total?
So 24 to $3,000.
Let's call it 2,000.
Okay, just so 1,000 aside.
Yep. And their purchase price is what?
$85K.
And its ARV is over 200.
Yeah.
Why are they selling it so low? Is it just because it's not completely done?
Yeah, and the realtor has 11, or the investor or the person, she has 11 other of these, and she wants to liquidate and get some cash.
Okay. I mean, I would definitely ask her about a volume discount, like right out of the gate.
Most of them have been fixed and are way more expensive than this because she renovated them, but there is a few more that have not been fixed, like this one. This one was started. You can see in like the walls, they did minor repair, and then they fully renovated the bathroom. But
okay, so it's they got tired of it.
What'd you say?
So they were kind of in the middle of it, and they just got tired of dealing with it.
Yeah, and the investor wants her money out. She wants to liquidate.
Well, so I like the fact that it's brick.
Okay.
I think that balcony is a total teardown.
Okay.
The only reason I say that is they put a 2x4 between that pillar and the thing to keep it up.
And it's still bending.
Yeah. And so there's something going on there that needs major renovation. But otherwise, I mean, you've got everything seems like it could be renovated pretty easily. They've got materials there.
Yeah, I'll get you the Google Drive link photos, but it looks way better than these 6 Zillow photos. There's a lot more opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting it, they're asking 119, you got it for 85. That's that's excellent.
Yeah,
I think you're in a good spot.
Okay, sweet.
Okay. Perfect. What's the next
I know
step?
you wanted to get into a
Anything?
fix and flip. You want to buy this thing?
I'm not a big fan of fix and flips I can't be on
Local.
site for.
Yeah,
So you can be local to Detroit?
Yeah, it's like 15, 20 minutes away from my house.
Why did I think you were in Florida?
No, I'm like a half hour west of Detroit.
Oh, well, perfect. Yeah, let's talk. Because
Okay.
I've been dying to do that. I've been trying to do it with Bashir in Vegas. I'm really interested in helping people like go and do these things so we can both learn together there's gonna be a lot of learning that goes on. Yeah.
And it's already started for us.
Yeah. I'm down for that. Absolutely. And what are your terms with them? Just cash?
Yeah, straight cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we can learn the whole process. You can understand
We have to pay closing costs. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's look at. I never promise that I'm always open for it. You know what I mean? I think
I'll talk to him a little bit more today, and then I'll give you more details. But
yeah, the fact that you're right there, heck yeah, that's great. Okay, bro, good job.
Thanks.
Give me a reason to go to Detroit.
Yeah, come see the amazing DTW airport.
It's my favorite. All right, bro. Good job.
Soon.
Okay.
All right.
Later.
Bye.
All right, Dan, what's going on?
Hey, Trent. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
Couple questions. So I'm rocking and rolling, which is great, and I got some questions for you before I talk about properties. What's the not the deal, but so obviously I've been contacting agents and properties. Cool. I had one agent get back to me and give me a whack of listings, which I see value. What's like a whack and duplexes and triplexes and whatever? Does it make sense to work with agents? Like, I guess the commission goes up to 6%. Like, how does that work?
You don't have to have a buyer's agent, but if they're bringing you deals, they're getting their 3%. That's what they're after.
Okay,
are they telling you that it has to be 6%?
No. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it.
Okay. You don't need to represent. They already gave you the deal, so it's like there's no buyer involved.
Okay, perfect. Second is I haven't counted yet. I just organized it this morning. Had a great weekend of evaluating properties. I probably have 6 or 7 verbal deals to make to start with. Does that make sense? Like, that sounds like a good situation to be in. Is that?
Yeah, you're doing it. That's great.
Okay.
Are they super good for you? Like, are they super good for a future buyer?
Well, I was listening this morning. I'll double check, but a lot of them are like 20% plus cash on cash. That's
awesome. That's where we want to be. 20%.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Another question. We don't even necessarily have to look at the deal. So I did send you in a link a duplex. I memean, it's not that great, but I'm looking at it more as an exercise. Well, I don't know that it's not that great, but the ProStream says that he's probably got about 38% equity. You said cut that in half. If I wasn't pursuing a takeover of the mortgage, I'm not clear how to structure. So maybe we'll forget. How do I structure a hybrid deal? I don't quite understand.
I stay away from hybrids because they're a pain in the butt.
Okay. All right. So don't
save your things. Yeah, because I mean you're trying to figure out something to give them, and then you've got the mortgage that you're taking over, and so I always feel like if they're in a hybrid situation, they're in too good of a situation to help. You know what I mean? Like they've got enough equity. Not a huge fan of that. So just in order, like you know me, I like to keep things simple. So let's keep it simple.
Okay. So right now.
That are staring you in the face, and you can, like the last one, like you can get 60 grand in equity. You know, that's insane.
Yeah, cool, great. And so right now I'm dealing either with vendor financing or I guess mortgage takeovers. Those seem to be the two area.
Mortgage takeovers are so fun if you get people with a motivation that's not financially like their motivation.
Okay.
Two things: a clock, they're going to lose their house,
Yeah.
or they need to move and they're sick of it, or something like the one that I did on last Monday was a situation where the lady was out of town. She had tenants that were being a pain. She owed on the solar. Like she's like, there's just so many things. I just want to be done with it. And so she was good to give up $100,000 in equity
Okay.
just to get rid of it. She didn't
get
care.
rid of it. And shoot, I had another question on that's gone. All right. Can you you talked the other day about I love like doing quick eyeball things. You said something about quick comps, how to do a quick comps, and I just don't remember or wasn't quite.
No problem. So are you on a Zillow listing at all?
I can be just a sec.
Yeah, grab anything.
Oh yeah, that was the other question I was going to ask you. Should I spend time like filtering in Zillow pre-foreclosure?
Keep it simple.
Value.
I mean, you can do. I like pre-foreclosures, but the simplest one is at 1%. So that's when you know you want to call or not. You know what I mean?
All right. I'm in Youngstown right now, and there's lots of 1% there.
Good, perfect. So
I'm not
when you want to do the quick,
but I'm searching in
I'll share my screen. So this is what I do for quick comps. Again, this is everything I'm talking about is okay. This isn't guaranteed. This is a deal. Any of that. These are the ones to call on. Okay, if you can see mine. So let me find one. So oh, that's not on market. Let's see. So let's pick this one right here. 62. It's for sale by owner. This actually, we kind of just popped into one that might be good. 83 days on market. It's for sale by owner. So grab that one and look and, and check. But the 62,000, we go past this first map to a map down. Well, let's see while we're here. Well, we don't have the rent. Then you go all the way down to this map.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just take these arrows up on the right and open it all the way up. And then go to lot lines up here. See where it says street, satellite, and then lot lines?
Yeah.
It's magical. Boom. There's all your comps. So what I do is I say, okay, it's 62, but there's a 17, a 19, a 21, an 18, a 20. Okay, so there's a lot of those. There's also a 67 and a 57. So I would just quickly comp this as probably a $30,000 house.
Sure.
Then we'd look at it and decide whether we want to call on it. They're asking 62. Go to prop real quick. So every time you go into Zillow, just grab the and put it just have it copied so you don't have to go back and forth like I just did. Why is it on? It's not letting me do it. There we go. Let's see what it's see if it's I am gonna assume it's completely owned outright. So sometimes prop won't bring up the data, and so get rid of avenue. Sometimes that helps. Not this time. So I just started deleting things slowly and see if there's anything that lets it find it. Oh geez. Well, this one's not going to find it, but so that's kind of the thing.
Okay.
Your question, so you can kind of, it's like 100,000. You know what I mean? So instead of everything being lower, you don't want to buy the highest priced house in the neighborhood. You want to grab the low.
Okay, that's a great eyeball. That's a really nice. It's a nice eyeball. Okay, great.
Well, it's weird because
That's-
like here's a $400 one. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't fit in here at all. So that's probably 40. See how it says 400,000? So you got to just. I mean, it's just like, hey, what's the neighborhood? What are the values in the neighborhood? And so you know right away that, well, there's another 400. I think that's a mistake, but that's the way I do it.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. Okay, great. Well, hopefully next time I talk to you, it's because I'm trying to make a deal happen. That's where I am right now.
No, it's just it's all about hammering the phones. Make sure you're on the phone more than anything.
Yeah, and then
Because you can.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so you can you can organize and research and everything like that on the weekends, but just call. Like, don't worry too much about writing. Yeah, and it's so much better.
I'm making about 20 plus calls a day, and I'm sure I'm talking to at least 10 people a day.
Great, and you're seeing that you're getting those off-market deals, which are amazing.
Yeah, well, I found I don't know that I looked into, but I started researching some of those cash flow.
Guess what? You didn't look into it. You made phone calls, and it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I made a couple of creative offers on Saturday. I haven't heard back yet. I'm not worried about it, but is that unusual to not hear back after a day or two on the weekend?
Oh, yeah, you won't hear back for a minute.
Okay, cool. I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Laith. Are you there? All
Hello?
right, let's bring up whoever else is on stage.
Oh,
Oh, wait, he's muted. Hang on.
do you hear me?
There we go. Now I hear you.
How are you, Mr. Trent?
How are you, sir? Do you have a camera?
Yes. I am driving right now in beautiful LA.
Okay. Oh, whereabouts?
Beautiful Los Angeles, man. It is bumper to bumper traffic right now.
Where are you, on the 405 or the 5?
Yeah, I'm going to the Valley. Are you in California?
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm in Newport.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So not LA.
Sweet spot. That is a very sweet spot. So, Mr. Trent, I don't want to take too much of your time up.
Right.
I have a off-market property, and I sent you the address right now.
Good.
I want to send out a contract today.
Okay.
And I kind of want to just go over the numbers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I already talked to the guy. I saw the house. It's in Indiana, my hometown. And we already discussed the seller financing, and he's open to it. He just said he wanted to get a lawyer involved if you wanted to do that. I'm also thinking, if this works out, I might buy it for myself because I know the area, and it's an amazing area.
Okay, that's the whole goal here. I'm super psyched to hear you say that, and I want everybody else in here to start thinking about buying these things yourself. Even if you feel like you don't have the money for it, you will in a year and a half when it starts. If you're cash flowing and you're saving your money. So I'm psyched. That's the ultimate goal. So seller financing, and then what are your numbers?
So I'm thinking he's asking $250. I'm thinking offering. I already lowballed him. I try to get it for $190, $180.
Good.
He's not budging. So I'm thinking offering him $270 with 20 down and then like $700 a month. I think it rents out for $18. And I think
the monthly lower.
the monthly lower?
Yep. Because you can start lower and you'll be good. What do you say it rents for per month?
I believe 17 to 18.
Let's call it 17. Okay, and I like to go 20%, 25%. So 425 is where I'd want to be. Offer them 400 a month if you
Okay.
can.
What do you think about 20K?
You're good. You're right around 10%. You're a little bit less, so that's good. That's fine. I think it's a good possibility. And make sure you drive home the point that you're buying it for yourself. This will be your first investment property, and you're just getting started. Sellers love that because they've done it their whole life, and it's their life's work, and they want to know that it's going to somebody. There's a lot of emotion, especially with the older generation that they've had this forever and they've taken care of it, and it means a lot to them that you're going to come in and you're not just going to be flipping it.
Right. So those numbers look good, just 400, 450, and then in that contract.
Yeah, I'd like it at 400. Go up to 425. The reason being, and how long is your balloon? 8 years, 10 years?
I thought about doing 7. I could start with 10.
Let's always start with 10.
Okay.
Let them talk it down. Make it a negotiation. Give them some wins. You know what I mean? So if they're like, no, we're not doing 10. We'll do 9. And you're like, oh, shoot. Okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that in any negotiation, when you make the other guy feel like they're winning, that's a solid deal.
Okay. And then also, so you know Marina Del Rey, Playa del Vista area
Sure.
in California? So I just bought a car off this guy, and he's moving out of the country, and he wants to sell his house. It's off market. I think it's a perfect spot for Airbnb. He has a pool. And thinking, is there something we could do here? Is there like, what would you do in this situation? Are you trying to like get a lowball cash offer and then get a contract and wholesale it? What's like best strategy?
The beauty is he's got a clock ticking. Okay, he wants to sell this before he leaves town because he doesn't want to try to do this from somewhere else, even though you can do it just as easily as you can if you're across the street. Yeah, I love this kind of. How much?
I see these deals all the time because I wholesale cars and I buy from a lot of just locals, and a lot of times I'm buying cars from people and I'll be asking them like, why are you selling the car? And they'll be like, I'm moving out of the country, I'm moving out of state. So I see these all the time, and thankfully I found this beautiful thing that Richard made, because now I'm like, I need to start utilizing all these leads I'm always around. Like yesterday, I also found another market property, same thing, in Redondo Beach near you.
Great. Yeah, that's amazing. What's the purchase price?
The one in Playa del Vista is 2.3.
Okay.
I have the address. I could send it to you.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Because these guys might be good for seller financing, because you can say, hey, you don't have to sell. You can take a set of payments and still get paid every month. We can work out a deal where I buy it over time. That would help you, and it would help me to pay, to buy it. We can do a quicker sale. We can get it done. We'll do complete seller financing. See what happens.
What would you offer as a down payment for something like that?
Like 5%. I'd always go 5% on something that big. Also, you want to remind him that he's going to have to pay taxes on all that. And if you do it over payments, then the taxes aren't all at once. So,
okay.
So that's an advantage. Yeah, I mean, again, go for the lowest thing you can, which is maybe 5% entry. I mean, a 5% down payment. Find out what it rents long term. Never base anything on how it rents for an Airbnb, but it's very Airbnb worthy because you're right by the beach. And then try to do 25% of the rents as your payment, and try to get a super long balloon. And then you'll be in a good shape.
Okay, sounds good. And then for this Indiana house, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He prefers to get a agent involved to save on
Sure.
agent commissions. Is that okay?
To put one to save on commissions, if he gets an agent, he's going to lose.
Not to have an agent involved. Is it
Yeah.
something to do with just a lawyer?
Always. He can pick his lawyer, and yeah, that's totally fine. We don't want agents.
Okay.
We can handle everything. We've got a lawyer that helps with the trust acquisitions. He can talk to him. Like we can do everything.
Okay, and if he says no to 400, what's the highest I should go?
Not too much higher. I mean, just explain to him that the only way to make it cash flow is to have a lower down payment. But if you get the 9-year balloon or the 10-year balloon, then you can redo your numbers and check it out and see where you're at. But yeah, just be a little bit greedy and just be patient. Like you can make those offers and then just tell them you're going to think about it and keep in touch with them and just keep on saying, hey, are you totally not for those numbers or what's going on? But let them stew a little bit, because when you want to sell something, well, being in the car industry, getting them to buy your cars when you're doing it, you get a little antsy when they don't say yes right away and they say, we got to think about it. I got to talk to my wife. All that kind of stuff.
Gotta talk to
use
my
those. Yeah, use all that stuff as tactic for getting a better deal on these things.
All right. I appreciate the help, Mr. Trent.
Absolutely. Let me know when you have super cheap cars.
I got you. I get I usually sell to dealers. I don't like to sell to the public, but I get you wholesale prices, man.
No, your retail buyers are going to pay a little bit more for sure.
Yeah.
I picked up a 2021 Tesla Plaid with 18,000 miles. What's the price on that right now?
18,000 miles. No accidents. Clean title.
No, perfect, clean title. Everything's. I mean, it was my cousin, so I'm kind of cheating.
Oh, Tesla prices are always dropping.
Yeah, I know.
What, like 90-ish, 80-ish, maybe?
He paid 130. I paid 50.
Wow, that's a steal, man.
Yeah.
He probably could have sold it to CarMax or Carvana for like 70, maybe 65.
Yeah. He just he was like, it was he's like, I'm gonna take it to Tesla and see what they'll give me. Will you give me 50? I'll give it to you. I'm like, heck yeah. I wired that money over if I could. Yeah, because they last forever. I know everybody gets worried about their batteries, but they last forever. I have a 2012 as well.
I've had so many Teslas. These things are the fastest cars on it. They're so. I gotta invite you to some steak, man. You out here in LA?
Yeah.
Do you eat steak? I'm a steak connoisseur.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I was thinking, because I do Airbnbs here in downtown LA, and I just do penthouses in specific, and I was thinking, like, probably messaging maybe Richard or you, and setting up some type of event.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, maybe Zero Trent event.
Yeah, I'll send you a. Yeah, I love that idea.
Working or something, mastermind, whatever.
Yeah, because Garrett's out here too.
Yeah, I've messaged Garrett. So
He's
you both You both do JV deals, right?
Yeah, he does. He does like a closing deal. I do it from beginning to end. I like to get you guys involved with understanding the back end, just so it makes it easier to buy the deals when you know where they're going. But yeah, we can do that. That'd be fun.
Let's connect, brother. Let's connect. Thank you for your help.
So, yeah, no problem. I sent you my my cell phone, so if you can directly connect with me now.
Awesome. Sounds good, brother.
And tell me your name. It's Lath
Lath, yeah.
Kofa
Kofahi.
Kofahi. Where are you from originally?
Jordanians
Oh, nice. Okay, but you grew up here?
in the Midwest.
Okay, in Indiana.
Yeah. I just literally moved back here. I was here before COVID, and then I moved back a couple months ago.
Sweet.
Trying to live the good life, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Done with that Midwest depression. That ice.
Yeah, you have to deal with 70 degrees all the time now.
Yeah, it's beautiful weather today. That's too good. Over there, it's at least snowing.
Yeah. It's the best. Okay, well, cool. Let's keep in touch and let me know how the Playa thing sounds great, especially if you have Airbnb experience. That's just a slam dunk.
I'll send you the message right now with the address.
Okay, cool.
All right. Nice talking. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Drive safe.
Hey there.
All right, Andrew, what's going on?
What's happening, Trent?
Hey, do you have your camera? Whoever's talking to me, let me go to Andrew first, and then I'll come back around to you.
Okay.
What's up, Andrew?
Not much. How we doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Working on a couple things on this Monday. I also finally got around to booking with you and Bashir. So
Oh, sweet.
he's speaking this
Are we doing that?
again.
When are we doing that? I'm looking at it.
I booked for today.
Okay.
And then I booked that 1-to-1 with you right after that. So it'll just be easy to do it in one shot.
Okay, perfect. Can we do it a little later? My kids surprised me. They came in town yesterday, and so I was going to hang out with them. Is that cool?
Yeah, of course. You tell me. I'm flexible.
Just trying to find it. I don't see it. What time did you have it?
It was open on your calendar at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 your time.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what's going on. We might be good there. Forget I have okay, I'm gonna figure that out. Okay, so yeah, we'll see you then for sure.
Cool.
So what else is going on?
Yeah, I got a couple offers I'm working on right now. The one I talked to you about last week, 2 properties. Guy didn't want to take payments, but countered with a cash offer of $270 for both properties. They're 2 duplexes, currently rented out, fully rented, all 4 units for $1,200 each. So there's plenty of cash flow there. But
4,800 and it's in how much? What's the purchase price?
so the properties are listed individually at 170 and 180, so 350 total. But I got him to come down on I offered 240 cash and he countered at 270.
Okay.
But doesn't seem like those numbers work out.
Right. It doesn't? With a $4,800 a month rent?
Well, let me back up. I don't know too much about like calculating cash price offers or like what the target cash on cash is for that.
Right.
But putting in those numbers with, taxes, insurance, and everything at $4,800 a month rent to get a 15% cash on cash, the cash offer would have to be $241.
Okay.
So at, I don't know what that would be at 270.
Yeah, so probably 19%, 18%. Was he into seller finance at all or no?
No, he said
really
wouldn't take a note, or wouldn't hold the note. So, but I actually, Go ahead.
What state?
New York.
Oh, upstate or city? Syracuse. Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so where you at? I mean, that sounds. I'm best I can tell. That's good. Let me see.
270.
Well, yeah, because you're pulling 4,800 a month. That's pretty good. That's why I would think it would be more. So that's what I'm going to double check.
Okay.
Let me find it.
You want me to send you the properties, by the way?
Oh yeah, I was looking for it. I thought you did.
Oh, sorry.
Like, good luck finding it. I haven't sent it to you.
Sorry, I thought you were looking at numbers. Yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
Yeah, and hey guys, whenever you send properties to, sometimes you'll send them to my DMs to look over. You need to put every single thing that I need, rents and the pity, all that stuff, everything you've got. Make sure you send all of it to me, or I just don't look at it because I don't have time to go and figure out just an address. It's got to be what you're offering, where you're at. Give me the story. But I usually won't. I won't even respond when they don't have, because a lot of people will just send me an address. I'm like, that's cool. I don't know what you're doing, because I need to know the story behind it. I need to know the motivation. And once we do get something going on and we're talking about working together on it, it's totally 100% up to you to stay in touch with me, because I've got about 50 or 60 of you guys that's going on with, and I can't remember them all because I'm old. So please, like, you guys have to work on the, this is a teaching situation. So I want to make sure you guys are doing all the work. And I'm more than happy to come in and close and come in and talk to realtors and do that stuff. Okay, let's see. And I wasn't beating you up, Andrew. I'm just was thinking about, I haven't said that yet.
You're good. I can take it.
Oh, I'll make you cry. Give me a chance. Both of them are Syracuse, and they're not close to each other, though, huh?
They're not too far away. They're both in the city, but they're not like next door. Nothing.
Yeah. Usually, like, you always get these in there, like, right next door.
No, this guy's an investor, just trying to liquidate some of his properties and invest in other things, I guess.
He's an investor.
Yeah.
Holy dream catchers! Did you see that picture?
Yeah, there are some interesting pictures in there.
What the? Okay, hold on. That is too much. I gotta put this in the chat just because it's hilarious. Who in their right mind?
City of Syracuse, Trent. You never know.
Dang, that looks like Santa Fe. Let's see. Oh, I sent it to you accidentally. Hold on. Try to get to the chat. Hey, chat, you got to see this one. That's amazing to me. Yeah, let me do that. Can't wait till I'm proficient in Discord. Okay, here we go. Holy, that's too many dream catchers.
I would have to agree.
What the freak? Okay, sorry. I digress. There must be like 1,000 of them in there. Okay. Stay focused. It's Monday. I'm a little loopy. Okay, so and we're sure on the 4,800, right?
That's what the agent told me.
Yeah, I guess
all of it.
1363 on Zillow. Okay.
Is a rental estimate?
Yeah. So
okay.
I always go with. I always feel like I'd drop it down to like 1,200, just so I think that's what you even said, right? So
that's what they are, yeah.
Yeah, 1,200 is great.
Yeah, in those zip codes, I'm showing the I don't. He didn't say that they are Section 8, but I'm showing that the Section 8 is a little over 1,200 as well. So
Okay. Yeah, we always want to guess low, but now your cash on cash was how much then? You said 19?
so to function in the offer calculator to like trying to make Richard's checkmate pitch, just targeting like basically just a formula showing me, okay, if I were to make you a cash offer on this property based on the rents, it would have to be X to cash flow 15%, and that number came out to 241. Is what I'm showing.
Okay, and he's saying no to 241.
Correct. He countered it 270 for both.
I mean, the more I'm looking at this, he owes 75,000.
Mm-hmm.
So his number to get out of this is at least 150. I'm assuming it's the same on the other one. You know what? I don't think it's a bad idea to just sit tight and say, "Oh no, I can't go any higher than 240," and just shut down the negotiation part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That way, let him sit on it and keep chasing other things and wait for it to come back.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, other question I had for you on this was, I also, like I said, to do run through numbers to deliver Richard's like checkmate pitch. I also built a little function in here to show what it would look like to buy the property at list price with a DSCR loan. And at 280, or I should have been 270, but call it 280. If he were willing to take a standard financing on it at 20% down, 9% interest rate, 26%. Is that at all something worthwhile, or is that really not sellable?
No, it's because they're not cash flowing, right? That's why you're doing checkmate. Are they cash flowing right now?
I assume so. I mean, I think he's had the loan for a while. I gotta imagine he's doing quite well with it.
With checkmate, you want to find ones that are not cash flowing. Okay. And so you want to push them into a seller finance deal because the reason being is they're not sellable. Even if somebody came in and was rich, they wouldn't buy it because it doesn't cash flow. I don't think that's the case here. This one cash flows.
Right.
Right. So the checkmate pitch isn't apply. You can't apply that here.
No,
because again,
spoke. I built the calculator to like kind of show me those numbers, so I could do that when it does apply. But just looking at this now for this deal, with a DSCR loan, it would cash flow at 26%.
Oh, it would. Okay. Yeah.
So my question is that marketable or like to assign, or is that not really desirable?
Over 20% is desirable. A lot of people are going by 12%, so 12% and up can sell. It's a little bit more of a slam dunk when it's over 20%. So 24 would be delicious. That would be great. That's why I thought this seemed like it was a pretty good deal, just with my brain in the 4800, and you're looking at 270. The 1% rule is blown out of the water, so it's great.
Yeah, so that was my thoughts too.
Blame everything on your lender too. Like you can just, always just be like, my lender's saying no.
My lender Trent won't let me.
Yeah, but let him stew and just say, hey, I'm going to check back with you in 3 days. Let's see if you changed your mind. Let's keep in touch. Make sure he knows that you're still very interested, but just not at that price, because it's going to motivate him. Again, you got to get in the mind of a seller that is like, oh, I just want to get out of this thing. I'm done being the owner of this piece of crap. So get in his brain. And so if he sees there's a light at the end of the tunnel and he could potentially be done with his properties the way he wants to, because everybody tells me, they're like, yeah, they told me they want to get rid of it. I'm like, great, offer nothing. Let's see how much they really want to get rid of it. You know what I mean? Because the second one, somebody says that, I fight back right away. I'm like, awesome, I'll take it. And they'll be like, well, what are you offering? I'm like, nothing. They want to get rid of it. And they're like, well, they want to get rid of it. Well, I'm like, tell me the reason. Give me, help me out. I'd like to make a deal with you guys, but don't tell me they want to get rid of it, because they don't want to get rid of it. They want money for it. So how much money is that? So it's kind of a fun way to get them to, get the motivation out there. And you say it in a fun way. You don't beat them up. And it's like, sweet. I'd love to take your property for free. That'd be great.
Right. So I guess, but is there any? I'll tell them, look, I can't go above 240 on cash. So like, let me know. But if I can finance this with a standard loan, I could do 300, because at 300 it cash flows at 22%. Like, is that worth trying to get locked up?
Why would you go that high?
I'll go lower. Sure.
Well, you would go his 270. The only way you can meet his is to, you can say, I can meet your 270. That's why the pitch we usually do is, I can give you a little bit more, but it's got to be seller finance. He's already told you no on seller finance. I would say hold your guns and know your threshold. I mean, you can stick to your guns at that price,
right,
for a few days. I guarantee they don't. How long's it been on market?
Let's see, 41 days and 47 days.
Okay, so they're just getting started, and so the thing you have going for you is all their pictures are in the wintertime, which just makes this place look like a hellhole. But what do you think the after repair values would be, or the need for repair? I mean, first of all, you'd have to bring a flamethrower in for all those dream catchers. That would be number one.
That's true. The flamethrower might raise our repairs, but
I mean, we can definitely play the game of, oh, this thing needs a lot of work to get it up to rent ready. Poo-poo their property as much as you can, and just tell them, like, dang, this thing's pretty hammered. It isn't. Yeah. So, but there's an extra 50 grand you can throw into the deal. Like, right. I gotta be a 240, because the amount of work that needs to be done is easily over 60 grand.
Right.
And so, so beat them up that way too. I think you're in a great spot. This is a good one. Stay in touch with them daily. Just be like, hey, what do you think? So I want you to be relentless, so he knows you're serious. But also, I want him to see that you're being tough on your price, because he came down a lot on his price right away. Yeah. That tells you that he wants to sell it.
Right.
And so take advantage of that.
Do you think it's not worth offering traditional finance at 270 then?
It doesn't matter, because you're selling it to somebody else. So the person you're going to be saying, hey, with a DSCR loan, I already ran the numbers. This is what it would be, and so you see what I'm saying? That's something you would sell to a buyer. Like, hey, this is an awesome property, because the DSCR, it's going to be simple to get into. It's this much down. You're going to be cash flowing this much. So that's when we paint the picture on that side.
So the reason I'm asking is because he said he could do 270 cash, but if I said, look, I can only do 240 cash, but I could do 270 with the DSCR loan.
Cash and a DSCR are the same. Like, they don't care. They're getting all their money. So when we say cash, it's so when you do a DSCR loan, they get all their money. So they're cashing out, basically.
Okay.
So it's not any different. Like, it's cash in a DSCR loan. The only difference is if you were doing a seller finance or a takeover, those are the differences. And so when you pay for somebody's house through a DSCR loan, you are actually cashing them out.
Okay.
Because they get the full payment
from the bank.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I guess, I'm looking at the numbers here. At 270, with a DSCR loan, it would cash on cash at 28%.
28%?
28%, yeah.
At 270?
Yeah, with a 20% down payment and 9% interest rate, which seems conservative.
9%. Okay, for DSCR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's sellable. Definitely, that's where we want to be. But just for fun, let's try to get them lower.
Yeah. Sure. No, I'm all for playing the game, but
Yeah, but no, you get a good deal. That's a great deal. Anything in the 20s, in the high 20s, then I
Yep.
mean, it's almost something we should not even tempt fate and just come back and say, hey, I can bring it up to 255, but that's all I can do.
right.
You know, just say, hey, can you meet me in the middle? And that's what the middle would be.
Okay. Yeah, I was confused. I didn't know that about like DSCR versus cash.
Yeah,
like to
and
them.
it's all semantics. I mean, it's total semantics. It's like when somebody says they want cash, it means they want their money at close. And
Right.
so that would happen because your buyer in that, what do you get as an inspection period? 14 business days, 15 business days?
I didn't offer terms like that. It's all been verbal at this point.
Okay, so you want to make sure you get a 15 business day inspection period, and you can blame it on the fact that there's 2 lots, and you want to make sure you can get in there and check them all out. But in that 15 days is when we're selling the deal. So if we can find a buyer during that 15 days, then you did it.
Okay.
So we want as many days as possible. Always business days. Always business days. Okay.
Right.
And if you can get 15, I always start with 15 business days. And then they say, well, I can do 10 business days. And you're like, okay, we'll deal with it. Or
Okay.
you can put me in the middle at 13 business days. And just say, because things are volatile right now and it's hard to get inspectors. It's not true, but they don't know that. So who knows
Actually,
if it's volatile.
it's kind of true in New York right now. My wife and I just bought a property in October, and the inspector was telling us that like 70% of the inspectors retired in the last 3 years. So
Perfect.
Actually-
Use that. Use that all day long. Like, hey,
Yeah.
this is our problem. You know, it took us 16 days to get it done with my inspector, and I don't want to get in that bind again. Because the
Right.
longer you have, that's the easier to sell.
right.
Well, good, excellent. If you want to JV with us, I'll have Marilyn put the. But once you get a contract, just come back and fill out the form, and we'll push it to the end and get a buyer too.
Okay, so get it under contract and then submit your form, and that's how we can work together on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Good.
I did have one other question, but I don't want to take up too much time if
No,
you
you're
need to
fine.
move on.
What's
I have another offer out. I can send you the address if you want.
Sure.
But it's for seller finance. Give me 1 second.
Oh, great. You can just give me the numbers on that. That's fine.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Listed at 180.
Okay.
I offered 195. The
190. Okay.
rents are $950 per unit. It's a duplex, so $1,900. However, there's only 1 meter for the property, and so the owner is paying utilities right now, which is $150 a month. So rents are effectively $1,750.
Okay.
The agent got back to me, so I offered him $17,500 down and $500 a month.
Okay.
The agent got back to me asking what the interest rate is at $500 a month, or what it's equivalent
Okay.
to in terms of interest rate.
Right.
And I wasn't sure how to approach that. I whether just to be like, hey, look, it's not really an interest rate. We include, the quote unquote interest in the, price we're giving you over asking. Or
Right. But your problem is we're not. Yeah. So in that 15 grand is that's the interest. What we're saying. So John, okay. Altogether. Yeah, this is slim margins.
I
So
am here.
usually they don't really ask for an interest rate, but when they do, we can figure it out. So in these situations, you can say the interest rate's built in. If they have pushback, say, how about I throw another 10 grand and make it a 205? because the amount of interest that you're going to pay, but also get a long balloon, because then the interest rate becomes nearly nothing still.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm showing right now 25.5% cash on cash with the terms I described.
Great.
Jumping it up to 205, it's still
Won't hurt,
like
won't hurt a thing. Yep. Won't change anything. It's insane. Because the long balloon is the key. That's what really matters.
okay. All right, cool. I'll go back to him with that. I was just kind of concerned because he was asking me like what this is like percentage wise for an interest rate, but I'll just tell him like, look, we don't. There's no interest. It's built into the 15. So see what he says. All right, cool.
All righty, bro. Good stuff.
Thanks, Trent.
And also, if I have to push, I'll let you know as early as I can. But can you go into the night? Where are you located?
Yeah. I'm on the East Coast, but I'm flexible. So whatever you need to do is good.
I'll let you know.
Sounds good.
All
Talk to
right,
you soon.
bud. See ya. Bye.
How you doing?
All right. I am not
how are
even
you,
going to
Trent?
begin to try to butcher your name.
Yep.
Kayavrato
Yeah, no problem.
Trump.
Yeah, it's my family name. It's no problem.
How do you say it?
It's Kevtorov.
Oh, I would have said that perfectly. Kitravov.
So,
It's
yeah.
Russian?
No, it's Bulgarian.
Bulgarian.
Yeah.
Trump.
I have a
Okay.
really strange situation here.
Oh, I like that.
I spoke with an agent because they agreed on our terms and we were ready to go under contract. But our terms were based on information on public record, like PopStream. And so
Okay.
we got on the phone and we discussed information about the property, and he sent me the mortgage statement, and there is a very big difference in his loan payment. On public record, it is 1,000, and on the mortgage statement, it is like 3,000. I wanted to ask how should I change my offer because that is way too high, and the rent is like 15,000. It is a 3.75 VA loan.
And it's only how much a month?
How much?
3,000.
Yeah, 3,000 loan payment on the mortgage statement,
Oh.
which is crazy.
Take that over all day long. What's the interest rate?
3.75 a VA loan.
Excellent.
Excellent.
If
Wow.
how much comes in?
I mean, it is like 15,000.
15,000. You're paying 3,000. And so what's the cash flow?
Well, it's negative. I mean, it's a sub-2 deal.
Okay. I'm missing something weird. So he owes how much on the loan?
He owes. Well, give me a second. Oh, it's
No worries.
somewhere here. Yeah, so he owes 260,000. Yeah, 260,000.
Okay, I think we got a language barrier. You said it's a
3.75% VA loan.
right? And what's the price of the property?
It is. Well, he's offering 235,000.
235,000.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so it doesn't rent for 15,000. You mean it rents for 1,500?
Oh yeah, my bad. It's just well.
That's what I was like. You killed it.
No. It is 1,000 to 15,000. 1,050.
1,500. Yeah.
1,500, correct. Yeah.
Okay. And it's a duplex or no?
No, it's a single family.
Yeah, that's a terrible deal. Yeah, you want to move on. Yep.
We shouldn't do anything on this one.
Nope, you just move on. And that's what sucks is when PropStream is wrong, and then you do all the work, and then they show you the mortgage statement, and you're like, shoot.
I was curious how the loan payment would be 3,000 if she has 3.75% interest rate. It just doesn't match.
What's the term? How many years? Is it a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year? Maybe it's a lower. Does it say how many months?
It
should say on the mortgage statement.
Let me just see. On PropStream, it is 360 months, which is what?
Yeah.
But on the statement, is it appropriate to share my screen? Or
Yeah, sure. I mean, everybody will see the address, but just nobody take it. Don't be that way. Let's see.
so? I mean,
Yeah, zoom into it for me, just because mine's
Oh.
super small. Okay, so 3.75. Oh, they just got the loan due date is 2025. What? No. They're negative 1,400 in escrow. Sorry, it's super small for me, and so I'm like,
I don't know what.
oh, perfect. Yeah, the monthly payment is 2,100.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But,
not 3,000. Oh, I see. The total amount due is 3,100, but the rents are only 2,600. So, yeah, it doesn't cash flow at all.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I would walk away from this. If it cash flowed, it'd be different. Is it beautiful? Is it like a perfect house?
No.
No? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would
I
walk
mean, it's
away.
livable, but
No, but if it was pristine, amazing, like 2-story, beautiful home, then it would make sense. But yeah, you'd be negatively cash flowing big time. What did you say the rents are again? Let me make sure I've got all this right.
well, Zillow says 1,000 and PropSim says 1,500.
So we go with 1,000, and they owe how much a month? What do we say? 3,000? Yeah, they're negative cash flow 2,000 a month.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so just move on. There are more deals like this out there than there aren't. So it's like you got to find that, you got to sift through and find the right ones.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, buddy. See ya.
See ya.
Crushing dreams. My job. Okay, John, let me unmute you. What's going on, John? John. All right, let's go to OG James.
I'm here.
Hey, John, what's going on? Do you
How
have a
you
camera?
doing?
Good.
No, I can't get onto the camera right now, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's way easier to talk to somebody face to face. But go ahead.
Sorry. So I had a question. So I'm trying to do a seller finance, and couple of the houses I'm looking at, they have it listed with the rental number on a dollar amount, and when I
Yeah.
go to box, it's I'm not able to proceed with it because the rental dollar amount shows up, not the cost of the property. How do I go about that?
I'm not really understanding your question. So you're saying that the rents don't cover the
No. So say in the beginning, right? You go to buy box and you put the address in, right? And then it takes you to the page where you put mortgage or no mortgage. But on the top, it has the property address before you put mortgage, right? And then it'll tell you the asking price. But instead of the asking price, it's the rental that you could get from getting that property. You understand
Oh,
what I'm saying?
that's a glitch. Yeah. So first of all, have you called this realtor yet?
Yes, but I'm trying to give them like the down payment and the offer and everything, but I'm not able to do it because
No, I got you. So I'm gonna make it so you can do it on your own without buy box, because
okay,
sometimes buy box offers too much and sometimes it glitches. So
okay,
here's the best thing to do. So what I do is and this is seller finance, right?
uh-huh,
And they're all good with it. They want to do seller finance.
yes,
Sweet. So what I would do is I would come in with a 7% down payment.
Uh-huh.
Okay, 7% of what you agreed on your price.
Uh-huh.
I for a 10-year balloon. See what they say. Tell them in 10 years you'll pay them out.
Okay.
And then I offer them as a payment per month
Mhm.
of 25% of the rents. Okay, what was the rent?
25% of the rent. I think it was 3,600 was the rent.
3,600.
Yeah.
So I would offer them less than 900 per month. So start at 700
Uh-huh.
or 600 a month. Know that your threshold is 900.
Okay.
Okay, and that's it. That's super simple. That's like the simplest way you can do it. Good, just because you don't have to worry about calculators until they start saying yes.
But
Like
how do I send it? Sorry to cut you off. How do I send it as an offer to you guys if they accept it? Since
Oh, we'll
that, I'm
take care of all that. If you,
huh?
is this your first one? Is this the first one?
My first one failed. I sent it to you guys also. I was dealing with your assistant, I think, but that didn't fall
Yeah.
through because the my inspection period ended, and they weren't
Oh,
able to.
well, and the reason that probably happened is because the price wasn't great enough. You know,
Yes.
it wasn't
Yes.
much of a deal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, same process. Yeah, just send it to and Marilyn will put the link if you don't still have it
Hmm.
in
But don't I?
the chat.
But so the what do you call the agreement? I should do my own instead of doing it on there, the BBC buy box, right?
Yeah, you don't have to do it through buy box. We can do it for you. That part we'll send a letter of intent of what you're
Okay.
thinking and we can help you through that back end. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Another one is they're asking say 1.2 million, right? And then I put that same address on Zillow and PropStream. They're both showing like say 400 or 350 or whatever. And I don't understand why that's happening, but this guy is asking for 1.2.
Okay, you got to look for comps. Like that's really important.
Yeah,
So take your address in the Zillow. Go ahead.
it's not giving me much comp either because the land is like 8 acre land with a small house on it, like say a 15 or 1,300 square foot house, and I can't find a comp because there's none around with 8 acres or anything like that, or 10 acres or whatever, you know.
Yeah, and he wants 1.4. Does it the comps in the area are $300,000 house?
Yeah, I checked a few houses showing like 350, 450, you know.
Yeah, I think you go back to the realtor and say, hey, you seem like you guys are way
This is
overpriced.
the owner. This is the owner.
Oh, ask him. Say, why are you so overpriced? How long's he been on?
He's only been on there for like a month on this one or two.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, send me the address
Yeah.
real quick.
Okay, I got it. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm trying to send it to you. I have a issue using this also, just like you. Hold on. Okay, there it is. I just sent it. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. Hey, and you said that you had a phone call and you're here now at like 9:20. What was that?
Oh, so I was speaking to another realtor about another property, that I was making phone calls since I got up in the morning. So they're all like basically seller finance. So I kind of got discouraged from that first one that I sent to you guys, and it didn't work out. So I was like, let me try to stick with seller finance.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if I can. Was this coming up on Zillow at all or no?
Yeah.
Let me just back up. Okay, I see. It's got the other. Okay.
This is how it's
Got it. Okay, I see it.
that number after CR. Put that also, okay? I don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah. So what I'm seeing, like from them, no worries. Let me just see what the comps are. Did you see how earlier I showed you how to find the comps in the area? Just like a quick idea of what it.
I don't know if I was on.
Because on Zillow, it's saying. Okay, so if you go down, like go to Zillow, let's see what it says here. It's not going to give us anything. So yeah, basically you're buying all the land is what's going on here. That's what makes it valuable.
So this price we're seeing on Zillow, that's the price of the land, right?
That's the price of the house. I'm thinking he's trying to juice it up because he's got land, but you're also in Texas, so land's a little cheaper out there. So what I would do is I would just find in the area vacant land that's being sold and if that comps at all. Okay, so here's some vacant land, 116 acres of vacant land for 2.7 million. So just basically find that out. So 750. Point 7 divided by. Well, great. Now, let me just do this real quick. I'll do some math here.
I spoke to him yesterday. We're supposed to talk a little furthermore a little later today.
Okay.
But I just wanted to figure out how to do this because of because I didn't tell him. Oh, why are you asking 1.2 and then this price is like this? I want to talk to you guys before I say anything because I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm going to divide. So I got an average, like the place that's selling just 116 acres. It's about 23,000 an acre. So let's take 24,000 an acre times, and it's 8 acres.
Yes.
So that should only be another 192,000. So he's way overpriced. Yeah. So tell him, hey, this is cool, but all that extra land in the area comes for about 192. And if you're doing seller finance, you can say, I would give you 200 grand for that extra, acreage. But yeah, but your price is way too high.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So
All right.
the seller finance, just do what you said earlier. The down payment 7% down and 10-year balloon, and then do that by hand and then just send it in. What about that calculator? I'm trying to get a hold of that creative finance calculator, but I'm only seeing what do you call screenshots of it. I didn't see it like where I could just plug in the numbers.
No problem. Well, somebody.
You're frozen. You broke up. Sorry, you were breaking up.
No worries. So if somebody in the chat can throw the calculator in, there's two different ones. There's a Skywatch and there's a the offer oven. And so those will be both yours. Just make sure you make a copy of them and then keep them on your Google Drive.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And
I'm looking through my phone right now. So if I get off my phone and go to that'll be there, right?
yeah, John,
Okay.
just make sure you're logged into your Google account before you make a copy. Because if you're not logged into Google, it won't let you make a copy.
Okay. Thank you, Bashir.
No problem.
All right, John. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, later. Okay, OG, what's up? Oh, where'd he go? Where was I just saw him and then he's gone. Okay, whoever puts their camera up first, I'll pick. Hi, Bashir. Everything good? Hey, we get. Can you send me a list of what our calls are today? I can't see it on Calendly.
Okay, I'll send you. Yeah, I'll do that right now. But yeah, I'm good.
How
Thank
many
you.
do we have?
Today, 2.
Same guy though, twice, right?
What's that?
Is it the same person twice?
No.
Okay,
No.
let me just. I don't know why I can't see yours now.
Refresh your
Yeah,
browser and
let's see.
see if that helps them pop up. I'm sending you a photo now.
Yeah, it just should pop up anyhow. Some meetings, and I got 0 meetings right now.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm sending you a screenshot of my updated list.
Yeah, double check your make sure you're sharing them with me. You know?
Yeah, it says
'Cause
you're.
I thought we were connected.
Yeah, we are, and it says you're getting them on my end at least. And then I go to my emails. Yeah, and the emails confirm as well. I'm getting them twofold. I'm getting an email confirmation and the notification. I'm wondering why you're not.
Okay, I'm not
Let me
sure
see
why
this,
either.
then I'll focus on that.
Yeah, see what you can find out. Okay, I'll go to Farhan.
Hey Trent.
Farhan.
I'm good. How about you? I think it's our first time talking.
How are you? Well, good. Good to meet you.
Yeah, so I joined about a week ago and
Okay.
I have a deal in San Antonio I'm having a little bit of trouble with.
Okay.
It's like 4 siblings. It's like their father who passed away, like
Okay.
their childhood home. And he pretty
Yeah.
much told them to let the city just take the house, and they owe like over 20,000 in unpaid taxes, right?
Okay.
But the house is a 3 bedroom, 1 bath. I can send you the address if you'd like.
Yes,
But
please.
the problem is the offer I made to them. Uh, they said that they would rather let the house default than accept the offer.
Okay, what
And
was your offer?
um give me once. My offer was 12.5. Um I just sent
12,500?
you. Yes. I just sent you on messages the address of the place.
Okay, so right out the gate, they owe 20 and you're offering them 12. And so
Yeah,
they're
so
like,
they owed 21,000 and I offered them 12,500 and to pay like the remaining taxes as well. So just get it off their hand. Because no one lives in the house. No one's lived in the house since their father passed away. And they
oh god.
told me straight up, they were like, we're just gonna let the house default and go to auction.
Okay, why did they want to do that?
They said it's just so expensive for the repairs and everything, and they just don't want to do it. So that's why I came in with the offer, and they said they would rather let the house default than accept the offer, which is very confusing to me, to be honest.
Yep, absolutely.
Because he said like the
So
land is worth more, but when I look
they've
at
got
the
a
land tax,
94.
yeah, when I look at the land costs on the tax assessors, it tells me it's only worth like 38,000. So it's not even like I'm that much off after like their unpaid taxes. but he's just like, they're just like, no, one of the siblings would rather just let it default, and he's like the sibling that the title is under. And I've looked at comps, so like if they were to add an extra bathroom, it raises the value of the house like a 30,000-40,000. And she says they are like, there is like a room that's closed off there that if someone wanted to add a bathroom, they could. But
yeah, but we never ever we don't comp that way at all.
Yeah,
Because
so
you
the
could also
comp
put,
side,
you know, you put a Ferris wheel in the background, you know, and you know, it's we never do what you can do. We only deal with what you can't is going on right now.
yeah. And so that's why I did my comps just based off of what there is, and houses go for like 170. But I'm not sure how I can convince them to take my offer and still let it make sense to like a buyer.
Yeah, I don't think this is a deal just from the standpoint that they're not willing. You're basically offering them 32,000, right?
Yeah. Well, it's
Um,
like they just
and-
don't have to pay the taxes and they get like 12.5 in their pocket.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's a fair asking price. When people say no, I don't feel like you guys ask why. It's like,
I did. They said they said that it's just the brother that owns it, he put more money into repairs in the last year than he would get back, so he was like, I would rather just lose the money. Which I just think is very confusing, because doesn't it like report on like your credit report that a house defaulted?
Yes and no, because it was given to him in a trust, probably. So
Okay.
because it was given to him in 2020 with a quick claim deed.
Yeah.
But then the dad died probably around April of 22.
No, he passed away in 2019.
2019.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been a lot of inner family like handing this off to each other. But
Yeah.
what I would do at this point, and it's your last hope, is like, hey, what would you need to do this? Like, what would you want? And if he says, you know, $80,000 or asking price, then just move on.
What do you think I should be capped out at?
Well, I mean, it all depends on how much the repairs are, and it sounds like he's already tried to repair it. And so I don't know. I don't love this one. I usually love these kind. Like these are
Yeah, because
fun
she was telling me too that like because the whole street has been like rehabbed and rebuilt. This is the only house on that street that isn't. So I'm not sure, like, because she was saying it needs to be torn down and rebuilt, but when I look at it, I just think it needs a lot of work, but it doesn't need to be torn down.
I'm freezing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you hear what I said?
No, I froze.
Oh.
Sorry, I was trying to look it up and it.
Oh no, you're okay. I was
Yeah.
saying that she was telling me that the house is to be torn down and rebuilt, but I don't think that's the case. I think it just needs a lot of work and everything.
If it's condemned, then it is one of those where you just you don't want to be a part of it. And that's when somebody says it has to be torn down. That's a condemnation, and that's by the city, and they're saying it's got to go.
She's just assuming it needs
Yeah,
to be torn down.
Well, yeah, it probably does.
Yeah, because she's like 70 and she says she grew up in this house.
Oh,
So-
geez. Yeah. So, and you're talking right to the owner.
Yeah, but it's like 4 siblings, so like every day I talk to like a new one.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, bottom line is just, I think what you need to do, and just so you can feel good and moving away from it, is say, hey, what do you guys want? Like, what would make this work for you guys?
Okay.
And just see if it's something that would work for us. You know what I mean?
Because before I had offered her 30,000, but that was before I knew that they owed 20,000 in taxes. And they were a lot happier with the 30, but the minute I said that like your taxes part is what's taking out of the money going in your pocket, they got like unhappy.
Well, that's their yeah. Well, then you've already offered more than you should have. So I think walk away from it.
Okay, you think it's just better to move on?
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's gonna be more of a hassle than it's worth. It cash flows like it's 1,400, maybe 1,400 rents, but it needs so much work.
Yeah.
That's a tough one to sell.
Okay, I'll just probably move on then.
All righty.
All right, thank you so much, Trent.
Okay, later.
Bye bye.
Okay, Master of Flums, you asked me how I came up with that in my head in the chat. So let me address that for you real quick because I'm all about it being simple. So, Master, are you there? I don't like calling you Master.
Oh, hey, Trent. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just don't like calling you Master. It seems weird.
Oh, my name is
I'll
Francisco. Francisco. Or Frank,
Master, okay.
whatever is easier for you.
Francisco is fine. Okay. So, what's your question? Because I was doing calculations on something and you said, how did you come up
Oh,
with
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. So, I heard you explain, or not explain actually, but just come up with some random numbers, or maybe not random,
Yep.
but some
No,
numbers
things
when
like
the
that.
calculator doesn't work.
Well, and I don't ever use the calculator at all because it just takes up too
Right.
much time. And you get into analysis paralysis where you're just looking at so much stuff that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it makes sense, but it takes forever to get there. So what I do, if I'm looking for seller finance, is what I was probably talking about. My parameters are if you can get it for a 7% down payment. Okay, so if it's a $100,000 place, it's $7,000 down payment.
Okay.
And then I like to figure what I'm going to pay the owner per month. I take the rent and I say 25% of that rent. So if it's $1,000 rent, I would offer them $250 a month for payments. So it's just kind of a simple way to do it. And then
No, go ahead. Yeah.
And then I ask for a as long of a balloon as I can get. So I like 10-year. That's where I like to start. Is a 10-year balloon and let them talk me down. And 0% interest. So that's where I want to be.
0% interest. Could you go more into detail about the interest? I mean, how does that work? I have no idea. As a as a seller, do I want interest? Is that something I'm trying to avoid?
No, they want interest because in a seller's situation, they're like, yeah, I get $400 a month, and then 300 of that is principal, 100 of it's interest, and so they're selling you their money is what they're doing. We like to avoid that because it costs us more, and we tell them the interest is built into the over offer of our offer price.
Over offer. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay. So that's where they'll find their interest, and that way we avoid. If you want to have fun with it, go onto a amortization calculator. Just Google amortization calculator, and start putting in numbers. And start with like a $500,000 house, and do it over like 36 or 360 months. That's 30 years. And do the interest rate and watch your interest rate. There'll be a full statement that shows you monthly what you'd be paying in interest, and see what it's like when you're at zero compared to 1%, 2%, 3%. Gives you a good idea. It's like a cool way to see how much interest matters. But also do the opposite, where you go in and raise the purchase price by 10,000. And see when you go 510, and see what the interest rate becomes when you do a $500 or a 1/4 of the price of the rent. So let's say those rents are $2,000. You're going to put in $500 as your payment, and then you can play with the numbers and just see how when you increase the purchase price, it doesn't change the interest rate that much, which is really kind of cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
it's a great
and one last question.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one last question. So When going with seller finance, I've seen Richard and you guys come up with a purchase price higher than what the seller's asking for, just to incentivize them to accept a deal. So
Right.
that amount, how much of a percentage are you guys going up from that amount? Because I wouldn't want to offer something that may be out of maybe too out of what we are able to purchase, basically.
Sure. Well, that's why I
So
want you
if it's
to
a $200,000 house,
Yeah, if you go onto that amortization calculator, you're going to see how little the interest rate is affected when you go up 10,000 and then 20,000 and 30,000. So you can have that when you just look at that and say, "Oh, wow, okay. If I went up another 10,000, the interest rate goes from 0 to 0.004." And so it's almost nothing. And so once you start looking at that amortization calculator, you're going to get more of a visual of what we're talking about, and you don't have to really worry about the math.
got it. Okay, perfect. I'll have a look at that then. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Take it easy.
All right.
John,
Thanks.
what's
Bye-bye.
going on? Later.
Hey, what's going on, Trent?
Hey, how are you, man?
Oh, it's hot in Texas. I have
That's
a
what you get.
address that I sent to you on your DMs. I have had this thing for about a week now. I have it under contract. I cannot find any comps at all.
Okay. So let's see if we can get you a
Whether
quick
it
comp.
be rent,
When did
whether it be.
you send that to me?
I just sent it to you a second ago. I can send it to you again.
Nope, I think we're good. Let's see.
I got it under contract for 25, so.
Okay. Well, shoot, I don't see it. Oh, I need it. There it is. Found it. Good old Birmingham. Okay, what you offer?
25, and they signed on it. It's a duplex, but they're changing it from a 3. Yeah.
Good. That's good. Let's see. How much work does it need?
Probably about $60,000 to $70,000. If you look on Zillow, that's probably it's gutted, but it's clean.
I missed all that. I don't know what is wrong with my computer right now, but so everything's to the studs, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so probably good. Let's call it 100,000. And so you're trying to comp it as well, right? So let's see. If I go to the neighborhood, did you see that map earlier that I was using?
No, sir, I did not.
Okay, so if you go onto Zillow, that Zillow listing, here, I'll share my screen. I'll show you how to find it because it's an easier way to just kind of get an idea of what comps are, but there's other work you got to do.
Yeah, because I mean, PropStreams says like has all this graph going from 150 to 202.
Okay. Well, look in the area. That's what I do. Do you see my Zillow map?
Okay, I do.
Okay, so in that whole neighborhood, there's nothing above 100.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to spend about 100 to get it up to snuff. So you got the price lower, which is awesome, but it's just not there's nothing in here that even comes close to 100,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was one down the street for 128, and it sold on August.
How close?
It's like just two. I think it's like Avenue.
Yeah. I mean, in general, I would just say 25 is tough.
Go.
I mean, then you got a 2.9 million, whatever it is, looks like a. Yeah, I mean, I would say that this one's more. Oh, this is interesting because there's a parking lot right next door. That would be a value add a little bit just because you'd have something you could go to. Let me see. But that's probably the parking lot for this 2.9 million thing. Yeah, I mean, this one you'd have to come in way lower. This is something I would offer $5,000 for, maybe. But again, yeah, it's a little rough. Yeah, I just don't think it will comp at what you need it to comp for.
Alrighty. Well, I appreciate it.
Sorry about that. Crushing dreams. That's what I do.
Oh man, no, I was stuck on that calculator for probably like 3 days, and I was like trying to make it work, but I was like,
Yeah,
no, it's
see,
not.
oh, I hate that calculator so much because everybody gets focused on that. The focus should be 100% on calling realtors.
I try to make about 30
that's
calls
the
a day.
Okay, what kind of traction are you getting?
I've gotten some. I actually got a house for a friend of mine in the city that I'm living in Houston. He was actually trying to find a house, and I got him a seller finance deal with 0% down, 0 entrance.
Oh, sweet!
And
that's amazing.
And it's a $400,000 property. So
holy crap! Okay, good. You know what you're doing. Yeah, don't get hung up on a calculator. So a lot of times, what everybody's doing is they're like, oh, there's a solution here. I got to figure it out. How about let's go after the $100 bill that's on the ground and we just pick it up? You know what I mean? So it's like,
absolutely.
Let's not try not to make it fit. Just go for the good ones. It's kind of silly, but that's just really the simplest way to go.
Good advice. I appreciate it. I thank you.
Hey, bro. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Bashir will be. Oh, I'm sorry. I just invited you to speak, John. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, let's go offline and figure out the Calendly. All right. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll be here tomorrow, 8 to 10, and then from noon till when Richard gets on.